When I say that CSGO skins are stonking, I mean they're going to the frickin' moon. With player counts exploding and CS2 on the horizon, virtually every cosmetic in Counter-Strike has either doubled, tripled, or quadrupled in value. We're not just at an all-time high, we're at an astronomical, atmospheric high. Everyone and their mother is buying in on the hype, which begs the question, what happens when everyone goes to cash out and things start to come down? Before we get into the video, I want to let you know that we have partnered with Qualcomm Technologies and the team over at Snapdragon Elite Gaming to explore the world of mobile esports. If you want to know all about how huge mobile esports has gotten all over the world and how changes in phone technology have helped that happen, check out our episode on the rise of mobile esports. You can find a link in the description below. The times, they are a-changing. CSGO is almost out the door, CS2 is on the doorstep, but skins are as crazy as they've ever been. As I'm sure many of you are aware, about a month ago, Valve announced the impending release of Counter-Strike 2, a sequel to the so-called King of Shooters that would see Global Offensive ported over to the Source 2 engine. Now, that created a staggering amount of hype. But here's the thing, player counts had already been rising, quite significantly I might add, prior to that. Why? Honestly, that's a topic for a different video. Counter-Strike has been growing exponentially since the onset of the pandemic, and thanks to a variety of factors, the growth of the esports scene, increased popularity in China, increased interest in FPS at large, skins have become somewhat short in supply. Why am I harping on this? Well, because the price of skins was already encroaching upon an all-time high before anything related to CS2, leaks, reports, etc. had even reared its head. So when the bomb that was CS2 did drop, things went nuclear. Because we had this shiny, sparkly new Counter-Strike that would render skins in a shinier, sparklier light, sometimes with an entirely new model, everyone started opening cases.
There's no way! Bro, this is actually insane. This is insane.
If I get a back-to-back, imagine back-to-back, no, that would be
get back-to-back, I shave my head.
I did that on stream.
All right. If this is
I got
a
a
back-to-back, I'll
back-to-back
actually. Oh my god, it is!
Not only did this cause the price of cases themselves to skyrocket, but virtually everything contained within them. Everything from stickers to regular-ass vanilla knives stonked in ways that made even the most hardcore skin enthusiasts do a double take. And while the prices of certain things, like cases, have cooled a little bit, the question on everyone's mind is, are we in a bubble, or is this the start of something even crazier? Here's the thing, I don't know. And anyone who tells you they do know isn't playing with a full deck. What I do know is that we have seen this type of growth before. And last time, it ended very badly. You see, back in 2021, CSGO skins underwent a similarly staggering stonk. The surge in popularity that the game saw at the start of COVID gave way to a hike in general interest that in turn caused a sea of shady, non-endemic pyramid scheme investors to engage in mass pump and dump purchases that basically sent the market into a frenzy. I know, it sounds insane, because it is. We actually covered it way back when it happened if you're interested in learning more. The point is that because the growth was manufactured, and in that sense inorganic, it created what you will hear economists refer to as a bubble. The schemers went to sell, everyone who invested at the behest of the schemers got burned, the bubble burst, and the market crashed hard. The way it recovered was through organic growth. As more and more people started playing Counter-Strike, so too did more and more people start buying, selling, and trading skins. The market started seeing a natural increase on demand, which in turn created an authentic strain on supply, and over time, steady increases in price. I know this is all just basic economics, but it's worth spelling out nonetheless. The question, again, is the growth that we are seeing right now the good kind or the bad kind? Well, ostensibly, it's the good kind. Counter-Strike is literally more popular than ever before, players are fiending skins more than ever before, and since there aren't enough to go around, they're becoming increasingly valuable, which to be clear, isn't a bubble, but what is called the law of supply and demand. So in that sense, it's a good thing. The issue is when speculation enters the mix. You see, right now, the player count hasn't risen substantially enough to justify the exorbitant increase in price. Everyone's buying on the assumption that demand is going to go up even more after CS2 comes out, which, safe to say, it probably will. The question is by how much and for how long. Now, it could be that CS2 comes out, the peak concurrent player count hits something crazy, like 3 million, and the value of skins doubles what it is right now. But what happens if it only goes up by a little bit? Or it goes up, but only for a little while? Everyone is going to go to sell all at once to secure a return on their investment, and that, my friends, is how a market goes. This is something that Zipple and I discussed on last week's episode of Unmuted. For those who don't know, Zip is a skin trader, content creator, and all-around expert whose opinion is widely respected. Here's what he had to say.
But then once CS2 comes, we'll see, let's say that there's a player record in the start of like 4 million people playing the game. We have even more new players and they need skins as well. And there is even more reason to buy skins. But then it depends on how many, like, are there still people to buy? Did they do it before, right? And then what I think is gonna happen is skins are probably gonna continue to go up a little bit. And then after 2 months, when it becomes normal, the game is settled, people will be like, okay, it's time to cash out.
Okay.
And that's when we see the dip. And I don't know how big that dip will be, but I suspect that if we continue climbing with all the skins like right now, I think it could get pretty ugly.
To be clear, I am not saying that you should or shouldn't sell your skins prior to, amidst, or following the release of CS2. I am not a prophet. I cannot predict the future, and Lord knows I am not offering you financial advice. All I want to do is offer you a better understanding as to what's happening and why. As for what's going to happen, who the knows, man? Inventories doubling in value overnight is great, don't get me wrong, but it's also sort of scary. The future of Counter-Strike looks very bright, and I'm not concerned that the skin market is like going anywhere. Long term, this could be the start of something really great. I'm just nervous that short term, it could be the start of something pretty damaging. So be smart, don't overextend yourself, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Always remember, you haven't made money until you sell. I think what I'm probably gonna do is I probably have my eye on 1 or 2 like high tier skins that I'm gonna sell just to secure, like, to couch a load of profit in some cases, and then I can sort of rest easy and be like, all right, I'll sit on the rest.